Don't waste another dollar shooting music videos that no one is gonna watch.
Sheesh.
The whole idea that you need to shoot a music video for every song you release is old, no longer works, and is the fastest way to blow through your budget.
He said, is that a soft spot?
DIY.
Okay, DIYers. So I saw this clip some months ago from 701 Max. He is a music marketing specialist. He drops a lot of great gems. I don't know, have you ever come across?
No, I haven't seen him before.
The videos he does really break down practical things that artists can do to improve their career. In this clip, he talks specifically about music videos, and he has some interesting things.
Don't waste another dollar shooting music videos that no one is gonna watch.
Sheesh.
The whole idea that you need to shoot a music video for every song you release is old, no longer works, and is the fastest way to blow through your budget.
Jake Asai, as a videographer yourself, who obviously charges music or artists and music producers for video content, how do you feel about hearing that?
He's on to something real heavy about the blowing the budget part.
Yeah.
But here's how I think a lot of artists are adjusting.
Okay.
They're going, I'm not getting the payout when I invest this much money.
Right.
And a lot of them are taking liberty into buying their own camera and stuff like that and trying to shoot themselves, which is not the route most of them should go.
So you talking about music videos shot, slow motion shot in 24 frames per second? Talking about that kind of work?
Yeah. Or you know, maybe they're trying to cut corners and go with someone who's just starting.
Right. And I wonder how many artists are actually quantifying what that money invested actually reaped in benefits. And how do you quantify that? Is it just the viewership? Is it just the feedback? Is it seeing the streams go up? And can you properly hunt down and measure what sparked that off? Because it could be a number of things. Running through the budget is crazy because I know a lot of artists, especially our peers, bro, we did so many shows that were like, y'all paid 10 racks for this music video. And it was like, how much you spent on ads? Oh, I ain't worried about the ads, man. The music is crazy.
If you're working with less than $1,000 per song, or even if you have $10,000 to release your project, by the industry standards, that means that you don't got no money.
Sheesh.
So wasting money on videos that get you nowhere is no longer in the question.
He said, is that a soft spot?
Mans came in there and said $1,000. Nah, F that. $10,000. You ain't got shit. Hey, yo. So
I am hurt.
shit, a $10,000 drop in my account right now. That's gonna mean something to me.
We moving the needle.
Right?
We moving the needle.
I've worked with the directors, and I want to get your POV on this, where $10,000 can be just 3 videos.
Yeah.
That could be 1 video, depending on who you're working with. I think something that we kind of assume is going to happen when we're shelving out that kind of money is that it's going to ensure people's professionalism. Now, when you're talking about blowing through the budget, nothing kills a budget faster than trying to pay for people to give work ethic they don't have or possess or want to give. They're not dedicated to it. They don't believe in your music. All they're looking at is this is just a business transaction.
It's tough. As an independent artist, maybe with a limited budget, you put a lot of trust into the people you do delegate services to. It can make or break your morale. It can make or break a release. There's nothing worse than a video coming out you're not proud of.
Yeah.
A video some people shelve. I know some pretty sensitive and passionate artists, you know, they paid for a video.
Man.
That video never saw the light of day. I can't imagine if I had a $10,000 budget, which is a lot for a DIYer, by the way, and then to drop, let's say 2K on a video, and then you go, I don't even really want to promote this video.
That's the worst, because then you feel like you're obligated to it because you gave 3 racks.
Yeah, you spent.
And it's like, I don't want to eat that money.
The new method of putting out music is simple. Drop the audio first, shoot 5 to 10 mini music videos on your phone, make these videos between 10 seconds and 1 minute long, post them on all platforms, especially TikTok. Then evaluate the feedback you get from this content. If the people ask you for more of a certain song and they ask you for a video, give it to them.
Research and development. I remember there was an entrepreneur that I heard that was giving advice, and he was like, from this day forward, I only want you to make fact-based decisions, anything that you're doing moving forward with money. And from what he's sharing, dropping the audio first. Right? I think a lot of artists don't have any issues with that. Most folks still need something visual these days in order for it to even be a blip on their radar. Cool. So then he's saying make these vertical videos, these social media content videos, which I think is honestly a really dope way to stretch out the content offering that you're doing for one particular song. We talked about it too.
Absolutely.
At least when you do these clips, they're a lot less for somebody to have to like digest in the moment when they don't know who the hell you are.
Yeah, huge thing here. This is a very big low risk, high reward system he's talking about here. Let's not drop 2 racks on the video and then pray we like it. Let's shoot some stuff that we had our buddy pick up the phone and film.
Right.
We didn't like it. Delete it. Do it
Right.
again. You saw someone else do something similar. Emulate it. Add all these different versions. Release them all. They're on TikTok. This is short form content. It's going to get scrolled past in a year. What works, what doesn't work, let's replicate that. Let's build on that. You're going to get a lot more benefit and reward for your labor and time going this way.
And I mean, think about a music video. You release a music video, you're going to end up cutting vertical versions of it just to put it on social media, just to give snippets. And really what you're doing is you're going about it a whole different way of giving the audience smaller portions that intrigue them to want to go to these other platforms. But what people fail to understand, especially when it comes to Facebook, which owns Instagram, versus Google, these niggas don't want people leaving their platforms for your music video. And you putting all that energy into the YouTube. Yes, they make it available for you to put links on there. That doesn't mean that they're going to prioritize you. This is a way of saying, okay, how do I take the experience of these shorter clips, which it takes people nowadays, I think they said the new number, it used to be 7 times you have to see something before it's embedded in your memory. I think it's like 15 to 20 now. So you have 15 to 20 different vertical shots that are high quality that take the best portions of the song based upon the data that you got from the audio that you dropped. I believe Bandcamp has a retention bar on it that tells you what parts of the song people listen to the most.
Yeah.
That might be something to go ahead and dig into.
If you're a rapper, the video should look like this.
Over your fingertips, I can get rid of it.
If you sing, the video should look like this.
Mommy don't know that it's getting hot.
What I think is interesting about this one, more so than the rapper one, is that although we can tell this is shot on a DSLR, I think what's really interesting is that TikTok, when you think about, what is it, Gen Z, they don't necessarily need the high grade equipment. Matter of fact, some of them prefer it not to be high grade. I heard the homie Ruslan say this one time, where there's a generation that actually trust content less when it's too produced. I compare it to like the plastic furniture in grandma's house. Like, don't touch it. It's too clean. I don't want.
This ain't for me.
It's not for me to be
Yeah.
comfortable in.
I think that you're right. I think that it can look almost like an ad. Have you noticed that ads are lowering their quality now? They're trying to look like a regular post
Hey,
now.
they get me
because
all the
we
time.
engage with them.
They get me all the time. They're like, "Hey, bro, did you see this?" And I'm like, "No, that's an ad, bro. That's an ad. Y'all some ops. Nah, hell no,
Man.
y'all some ops. I know an ad when I see it now. It's the same like format where it's like 3-second hook. Then it's like show you something, B-roll. Then it comes back to this, and I'm like, your low grade content is still too produced, and I know.
It's too formulaic, man. They had a 55-year-old video director. It's like, pick up the iPhone. Yep.
This is what the kids are doing these days. Oh, Chat GPT head ass. As an extension of that content, bro, I wanted to also get into this other clip that is from another YouTuber that I watch her content all the time, is Naomi Cannibal. And it's funny because of the timing. She just dropped this video where she's talking about the impact of MTV and are VMAs still relevant. So when saying are the Video Music Awards still relevant, she has to obviously talk about if music videos are relevant.
Right.
And for a while in that late 2000s, early 2010s time frame, music videos were king online, especially on YouTube.
Man.
But now in the 2020s, it's become evident that people watch less music videos than they used to. That was not something that I realized was happening across the board until some of you guys mentioned it, but I have noticed that it's true for myself personally.
Do you feel like you're watching less music videos these days, just personally?
Let me say this. I feel like I'm watching less videos from artists I'm not familiar with, for sure.
Wow.
There was definitely an era where I was watching videos for artists or songs I didn't know anything about.
Yeah.
Now I'm seeking and engaging with the ones from people or artists I'm familiar with. So I think that that's the huge difference.
It's I'll tell you this, for me, it's less of a rush. I see it when I see it. I say there's certain artists that I want to see the videos. Like I want to see them right when they drop, like Kendrick right now.
Absolutely. Kendrick's the perfect example.
Kanye, I just know he's going to do something that's like, I've never seen this combination of stimulants. But other than that, I don't want to see another music video where you emulating a scene from a 90s TV show. And you got a great production team that put it all together. And this is like that has been run into the mud at this point. But that's what music videos have become. It's just like almost like a caricature of music videos.
Right. A lot of remakes, a lot of satire, a lot of parody-esque.
Yeah.
You're like, I could just go watch Martin instead.
It's a lot better too.
Yeah.
Y'all acting ain't on point like that.
And I think the simple answer is I just don't come across them as often or always feel as compelled to seek them out anymore. Like maybe 10 years ago was the last time I remember consistently watching video countdown shows, so then you're watching a bunch of music videos in that same time frame.
Right.
But now, rather than stumbling across music videos like used to be more common, you kind of have to seek them out.
Bro, I mean, the era of Rap City.
A beautiful time.
Like, bro, just
Beautiful time.
getting out of high school, I had a homie that lived by the school. We would go to his crib and he would just throw Rap City on. And I would just see so many rappers that the internet wasn't what it is today. We're talking like 2002, 2001 for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who's this? I never heard of him on the East Coast, or this person over here, this person in the South. And it was like so many videos that you saw. And it was like just basically a shuffle of music videos that brought so much inspiration to a young songwriter, rapper at the time as myself.
Rap City 106.
Yes, sir.
I'll never forget the Chingy Holiday Inn run. He was on.
No, Chingy had a run.
He had a run.
Hell of a run.
And it
Yes,
was
he did.
that singles music video run specifically.
Yeah.
He was on 106. It had to be like 5 months. On that
For
top
sure.
10,
If
at
it wasn't him,
least.
then it was Bow Wow.
Yeah.
Bow Wow for sure. Him and Bow Wow had probably the most legendary runs. And, bro, he couldn't do no wrong. That culture has shifted now. The music video feels like more of an inconvenience for these artists. And we didn't used to see our artists as frequently, nowhere near as frequently as we see them now. I didn't see you on social media with
That's
your
a
money
huge point.
phone.
That's a huge point.
I didn't see you in interviews and podcasts. I've sat with you now for 2 hours. What
Yeah.
2-hour interviews do we think of back in early 2000s?
And that kind of made me wonder why labels or the artists themselves don't also put their music videos on TikTok, especially now that you can have longer videos on there.
Cause these niggas is not trying to watch a 4-minute video on TikTok. I don't care what nobody says. You know what you can really see what's cracking off on TikTok? Open a new account. Forget your algorithm. Forget after it has learned you. Open up a new TikTok account and look what it feeds you. Cause that's what's the most popular all across the world. They're trying to keep you on there. They shooting for everything that's the most popular.
Yeah.
If you really want to see, and then see how many 3-minute, 4-minute videos you see with skits in the middle.
It's difficult. I'm sure that there are some business reasons why, for sure. I know that with YouTube, there's monetization, there's sponsors, there's where are people watching long videos the most? That's an interesting question because it's probably still YouTube.
Oh, for sure. I wouldn't doubt that at all.
Who's going to TikTok to watch a full-length music video? Nobody. Nobody is. You've never went on there and went, man, I'm trying to see Thug's Mansion by Tupac. I'm going to go on TikTok.
Like I'm trying to see the vertical version of it. I just want to see him cut off right here in the like.
I'm just trying to see Tupac's shoulders. That's it.
Matter of fact, hey yo, matter of fact, I don't even want to see the full frame video that they shot in 4K. Make it real tiny so I can see it on my phone. Like that doesn't even sound convenient. Folks inevitably end up going back to like I'm gonna call it the Foggy Raw model because I feel like he's executed on that as an independent artist. I haven't quite seen an artist execute on these vertical videos where it feels like you've been dumped into a middle of a movie scene. He had the song where he was rapping over the Alicia Keys, You Don't Know My Name. He was like in a Waffle House and he was doing like the storytelling. He was like talking to this girl that he was talking to and the song blew up. It blew up so big, Alicia Keys cleared the sample for him and got in a video with him. So it's like, in seeing that, people share that. But I think so many artists dedicate so little time to actually presenting a piece of content that has that replay value. They're just worried about, I gotta make content, so this is my 6 or 7 video today.
Maybe it's because the TikTok revenue is significantly less than YouTube, and they just want people to go to YouTube to get that revenue, but I'm not entirely sure. In the comments on my record labels are depressed videos, someone commented that TikTok killed the video star, and that's exactly what it's feeling like. But the irony there is that TikTok is still a video platform, but its infusion with the internet seems like the biggest hurdle to tackle.
TikTok killed the video star.
Maybe created a different beast.
What do you mean?
There is a video star, but TikTok is making it evolve. It's a mutant. It's different now. You know, you just said a guy met Alicia Keys off of a vertical video.
Right.
Would he have met Alicia Keys off a horizontal video?
Who's to tell? Who's to tell if it got the same traction if you don't have the same accessibility to things like Instagram's sharing to stories option?
Right.
I think which is super underutilized by a lot of artists in that if you can create a piece of content that gets to the point in 15 seconds, people can have the whole experience in somebody else's story. That's why when they say the most important metrics on Instagram for growth are not necessarily always comments and likes. They're definitely valuable.
Yeah.
But having people save your posts and then share them across their platforms is how somebody has 30 followers here, somebody has 15, they have 20, they has 35, 50. Those all at some point grow. And when you have that kind of traction, you never know what's the next person that's going to have that tipping point for you.
Yeah.
So I think utilizing those 15-second clips can definitely do numbers like you saw for Foggy Raw.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Just to add a little bit onto that, the sharing the story thing.
Yeah.
What are they watching when they click share that story? What's playing? And have you thought about that when you put your content out? Because that 15 seconds, make sure that when people hit share and support you, you're getting the most out of that opportunity.
Did TikTok kill the video star? I don't know about the video star, but I'll say that TikTok is probably killing our traditional viewpoint of what a superstar or rock star is.
1000%.
Because shout out to my younger sister. My sister, she'll show me people who have 4 or 5 million people. I've never heard of them a day in my life. But they're a household name to somebody's household. There's a lot more of those than I feel like there's ever been, because there's people who have these unique talents that go viral for whatever reason. Our idea of what a superstar used to be was inaccessible, exclusive, mysterious to some degree for some of them.
Yeah.
Where does that exist now?
Those are hindrances now. Why you being mysterious, man? Come on.
The most mysterious pop star right now, I mean, that's such a weird way to put it, but Weeknd did the Super Bowl. How less mysterious can you be? I mean, he had a mask on.
Even he is going, look, man, let's get it.
I came across so many articles, mainly from 2020 and 2021, asking why music videos as an art form don't feel as relevant as they used to. One reason is that for a while, music videos were a main source for free, legally free music. So if I didn't have an artist CD and I know they have a popular song out, my chances of turning on MTV and just hoping for the best would have been pretty good. Or if it's 2008 and I'm a child with no money, don't want to ask my parents to buy a song on iTunes, and my flip phone doesn't access the internet, I can look up the song on YouTube. And while I'm there, I may as well watch the music video rather than just listen to the audio. And of course, all of that stands, and especially more so before YouTube and MP3 players and cell phones existed. Nowadays, I feel like if people want to hear a song, they're more likely to open Spotify or Apple Music or another streaming app to hear the song, especially if it's one that they've already heard before.
I would make the argument that Spotify killed the rock star before TikTok did.
Spotify's an assassin.
Spotify did murked off so many, even businesses, bro. Like when you think about, I logged in to where I'd broadcast and distribute my podcast, and that shit said it's no longer Anchor, fam.
Oh,
that shit's Spotify for
podcasts.
Like, what are y'all doing? When you monopolize an industry the same way you think of a Live Nation, it changes everything. No matter if you're independent, no matter if you're signed, it changes everything because these people have a stranglehold on all the mediums. But streaming in general makes music less special, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because you can always access it.
A big question is urgency.
Yeah.
What things do we have urgency for, and what things do we not have any urgency for that maybe 10, 20 years ago were completely important? How urgently are you rushing to a new release from an artist that you aren't a diehard fan of?
Fam, what's crazy is that even for artists that I am like a pretty big fan of, I'm not staying up till midnight to listen to that shit.
That's
like,
what I'm talking about.
I'd have to be up. That's when I had to think about, like, is that age? Is that, what factors are into that? Or is that just the era we're living in? The urgency is different when the only place that you can access it is through a music warehouse, a Tower Records.
There's not an extended process to the music anymore.
Are music videos irrelevant in 2023, in your opinion, Jay?
No.
Why is that?
I think that the way we make music videos is obsolete. I think that that's the real statement in 2023, and I'm a victim of it. Look,
yeah,
I'll tell
we had a long conversation because I was like, bro, before you go ahead and shoot that video, you know how they say work smarter, not harder? Maybe there's a different approach to that.
I like to work harder, Curtis.
I do too. DIY to DIY.
Yeah.
You already know the vibes. And I know it's a lot of folks in here to feel the same way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of us, I'm looking in the mirror when I say this.
Yeah, for sure.
Are working backwards. How often am I really planning out and doing reels and focusing on making sure people get an opportunity to get access to what I'm trying to make the product? Am I focusing on the product, which is what music videos were invented for, or am I focusing on the music video and hoping people just get the art?
I've been having like this inner dialogue, just thinking about the more that I embrace my independence, the more that I like really take care of the business ends of being independent, I start to think about what do I need to unlearn from the traditional model? Because I think so many things that we value are the old record label traditional values, the awards. That's that's old industry shit. The numbers. My thing is, if you release a product and you have a smaller team and you're talking about doing numbers that compete with a corporation that has 50 to 150 employees, your standards should be completely different. First of all, you're not playing the same sport. Even though it's music, it's not the same sport. There's two different ecosystems. There's two different systems altogether. So with us, I think it's important as independent artists that we redefine what that success means relative to where we're at, the size of our teams and the reach of our audiences. And I think part of also that unlearning is, am I wanting to do a music video because I'm nostalgic about the idea and that's what I grew up on and fell in love with my favorite artists? Or is it better suited for me to just get off these 15-second, 30-second clips, which are inevitably doing the same thing as putting out a video and taking 15 to 30-second clips and pushing it to the same people? You feel what I'm saying?
Look,
like,
if you are a DIY artist, I just want you to ask yourself this genuine question. Why am I making this music video? Why? What is the purpose of this music video?
Yeah.
Because if it's anything besides more eyes getting to your actual music, then you need to go be a video director. Because
can I add one to that?
yeah.
What analytics do you have that back up this decision? Because if you're just making a video because I feel, whatever ends with that.
Look, us artists feel a lot. Thank
And
you.
I understand that. Look, I say that, and a part of me dies when I say that because I understand how that can come off as like insensitive to the art. But man, I regret more decisions that I made when emotion was driving the car. But sometimes I can blindly do dumbass, financially illiterate bullshit in the name of art, in the name of this is just where my creative energy. I just feel like I should.
I'm gonna rent that hotel right there, and I'm gonna
You
set up
feel
these
me?
locations.
I'm gonna expend my entire budget for this video because I just got a belief. I have a belief, and then it believed me right into being broke again.
What's the end game? What's
Broke.
the end game?
That's the end game, bro.
Yeah, music videos at this point are more. They're closer to debt than they are to success.
That part.
That's
Well,
just what it is.
DIYers, those were our thoughts on that. We would love to hear your thoughts.
DIY.
DIYers, if you enjoyed this content, make sure that you hit the like button and maybe even consider subscribing. Come on, man. Stop being greedy. Peace.